This is the secret to learning the fretboard. It's this thing. For example, many of you know, if you play a note on the 5th fret of a string, it's the same as the next string open. Skip a string and play 2 frets up, you get an octave above that note. So it's the same letter. I play a G here, I get a G here. And you play an open string, and then if you play the 12th fret, that's an octave up. It's the same note, and essentially the string almost starts over, right? Most of you know that, and yet you still struggle with knowing what notes you're playing, especially when you get in the middle of the fretboard. But I'm just going to show you the way that I practice it with my students in my lessons. I'm going to show you a bunch of exercises that I use, not necessarily in this order for every student. I try to kind of, tailor this stuff to what I feel like the student, what would benefit them most. But I'm just going to show you a bunch for memorizing this thing. And let's get this sucker learned. Let's go. Okay, the first exercise I'm going to show you, again, this might not be the first exercise I use with a specific student, but for many beginners, we spend a lot of time learning where all the natural notes are. And the first thing I want you to remember is that there's usually 2 frets between all the natural notes. Usually, okay? We call that a whole step in music. 2 half steps is a whole step. A fret is a half step. 2 frets is a whole step. But I want you to remember the 2 instances where that's not true. In fact, there's 2 instances where there's only 1 fret between the natural notes. And that's between E and F and between B and C. Okay, so if I play my open E string, there is 1 fret between E and F. Okay, so open, 1st fret. There's always going to be 1 fret between E natural and F natural, and the same goes for B and C. There's one of my B's. 1 fret up is going to be C. Drill it, drill it, drill it. Understand that there's only 1 fret between those 2 combinations of notes, okay? What are they? E and F, B and C. Drill, 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 okay? All right. Now the next thing I want you to do is we're going to work with 1 string at a time, and you're going to play all of the natural notes on each string. Okay, again, remember, when we get to E, there's only 1 fret between E and F. When we get to B, there's only 1 fret between B and C. All the others will be 2 frets, right? Whole steps. Okay, we're going to do that on each string, all the way up the string. We're going to say the notes while we do it. Okay, this is just drilling it, baby. Now, if you take lessons with me, I'm also going to combine this with position shifting and make you shift in the right way with your left hand. But for now, since we're just doing the notes and just memorizing the fretboard, if you want to just do 1 finger at a time, just use 1 finger and go from note to note, fine. That's fine, okay? Here we go. I'm just going to do the E. I'll show you the E string, and then it's up to you guys to do the rest, okay? E, F, 1 fret, right? E to F. Then F to G is 2 frets. There's my G. Okay, G to A to B. 1 fret from B to C. C to D. Now I'm getting up here in no man's land, so I'm really concentrating on kind of marking in my mental map where these notes are. D to E. And then at the 12th fret, it's the same thing from there that we did from the beginning. The string starts over at the 12th fret. E to F, F to G, G to A. If you can get to B, okay, B, cool. That's about as far as I can go. I can also play a C here, all right? Do I ever really play that high on the fingerboard? Not really on the E string, but that's okay, that's fine. I wanna do all of them, okay? Okay, now when you've drilled 1 string, now start to do the strings out of order. All right, do a little parts of the scale. E, F, G. Go backwards. G, F, E. F, E, G. E. A, G, F, E, A. Right? What I like to do is play down the scale to 1 note, kind of feature it for a little bit, skip to it, skip down. Again, say the notes as you do it. Drill, 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 okay? You're going to do that on all 4 strings. All right. Here's another exercise. Now that we've done, after you do all the 4 strings, all the natural notes on all 4 strings, now you're going to go to the E and the A string, okay? Just these two strings. And let's start with the E string. And we're going to play each natural note on the E string, and then we're going to play an octave above it, 2 strings up and 2 frets up. We're going to say the note, okay? So now we're doing all those notes. E, E, F, F, G, 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 A, B, B. Half step between B and C. B, C, C, D, D. You know what? For me, these are the ones I had to drill a lot. C, D. I'm not sure I drilled it back then, but I probably took me longer to learn, right? These are the tough notes here in the middle. C, quiz 'em. B, B, C, C, B, D, D. Hey, okay? All right. Do that for the E and the A string. So the A string, A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, E, D. Go backwards, go forward. Okay? Whew. Drill, drill, drill. Here we go. Now we're going to play some groups of notes, okay? We're going to start with A, B, C. All right, and I like this because there's a whole step between A and B, and then a half step between B and C. And you use this combination a lot in music, too. You do a lot of this. Like, for example, open A to B to C. I remember noticing that this is in a lot of songs, okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to find all the ABCs on the fingerboard, okay? We'll start with the open one here, ABC. And then as we find each one, we're going to go use the octave logic and play it an octave up, okay? A, B, C. And say it out loud. A, B, C, A, B, C. And for each one, play them in different orders. C, A, B, B, A, C, C, A, B, B, A, B, C, A. All right, hang on that for a second. Say them out loud, do them in a couple different orders. Then move to another ABC on your fretboard, okay? For the one that sticks out for me is 5th fret here, right? 5th fret of the E string is an A, so A, B, C, B, A, B, C, A, B, C, B, A, go an octave up, octave logic. A, B, C, play it an octave up. A, B, C, B, A. Then play them in octaves. A, B, B, C, C, B, B, A. Okay, find it. There's one more, I think, on the fretboard. Let's see here. Right here, 12th fret of the A string, right? A string, fretboard logic. At the 12th fret, it starts over, right? There's another A. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. Okay, now next, same kind of drill, but we're going to add the next step. This is now going to go, instead of A, B, C, we're going to do D, E, F, which is the same shape. It's got a whole step between D and E, and then that half step between E and F, right? Okay, we're going to use octave logic on that one. So if I do my open D string, play D, E, F. I can't really use the octave logic after this because I don't have 2 strings to skip over, right? So I'll leave that one alone. D, E, F. Okay, cool. Let's now go to this one. D, E, F. D, E, F, F, D, E, D, E. Now use the octave logic. D, E, F, D, E, F, F, D, E. One thing I noticed right away with my eyes is that F is a whole step down from this 12th fret G. That's a nice little landmark too, but okay, back to it though. D, E, F, D, 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 E, E, F, F. Drill it, drill it, drill it, drill it, okay? Cool. Then, at the end of all that, we didn't add what letter, right? We didn't add G, okay? That's the only letter that's missing, so now, we're going to play A, B, C, D, E, F, and then G. We're going to add all of them. Okay, so from A, though. Okay, I'm going to start with my open A. We got A, B, C, then we had D, E, F, Then above that is G, okay? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Go backwards. G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Once you feel good about it, start mixing them up. A, C, B, E, F, D, F, E, A, G, so on and so forth. Use the octave logic. Now I'm going from here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, G, D, E, F, so on, so forth. Again, the mantra, drill, drill, drill. Okay, the last exercise I'm going to show you. This is definitely not the one I would do first. This is the one I would do last. Okay, when you're feeling good about all those other exercises you did, this is the one that's really going to cement it for you for the natural notes, okay? This one is something I do in every key, and I have my students do in every key, but right now, we're working with all natural notes, which, by the way, is the key of C major. C major has nothing but natural notes, right? So we're kind of learning that key just by practicing all this stuff. But this positional scale, this is an exercise lots of people do, but this is the one that'll cement it. We're going to start with the lowest note we have on the bass that is in the key. In other words, the lowest natural note we have, which is our low E, okay? Now, the rules of this exercise are a little foggy. It's really kind of what you make of it. What we're going to do is we're going to play all of the natural notes, in other words, all of the notes of C major, without shifting our hand up the neck. So we're just going to be going up from string to string, if that makes sense. So to reiterate, I'm not going to be going up the neck with my hand at all. If I want to stretch my hand, if you got gigantic hands and you want to stretch to a next note, that's fine. The last rule of the exercise is we're going to be playing the notes in consecutive order. Okay, so we're playing the notes in order without shifting your hand. Okay, does that make sense? This one it's kind of hard to explain because, like I said, there's a lot of gray areas here. You're going to get certain notes and go like, am I allowed to shift? It's like, yes, a little bit. Okay, all right, let me show you what I mean. We're starting from low E. And we're going to go in order. E, F, G. Can I reach A? Nope. So I'm going to go play open A. B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to go down, say the notes. B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E. Take your time. I don't care how frustratingly slow you got to go. Take your time, okay? That was from E. What's the next note in the scale? E, F. So I'm going to start from this F. I'm going to put my first finger on F, and here we go. F, G, A, B, C. This one gets all the same notes. F, G, A, B, G. B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F. Next note in the scale, G. So I'm going to shift my hand up to the G, and here we go. G, A, oh crap. I either got to stretch my finger to get that B, or I got to shift up a little bit. So you know what? I'm going to start the G one from my second finger. G, A, B. Okay, that works. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G. Okay, I hope you get the gist of what the exercise is now that I'm kind of showing you an example of it. The next one would be A, and I start from here, and I play all the notes of C major in order, all the natural notes, starting from A, without shifting, okay? Get as far as I can get without shifting. And I do that in not in every position, not on every fret, but on every note, every natural note. So after A would be B, after B would be C, half step between B and C. After C would be D, and then E. And that's where you're gonna stop. All the way up to 12th position. All of the natural notes. Whew. That was a good one. That one was a mental workout. I know it's gonna be a mental workout for you guys. Guys, this is not a learn in a day. It's not a go learn it in a week. But you know what? If you do these exercises that I put down there, or if you're working with another, like I said, there's plenty of, there's a bunch of good programs out there if you want to spend a few bucks that are going to be helpful. But at the end of the day, it's just memorization. That's all it is. That's all it is. The patterns are already here. The secrets are already here. You just have to go and memorize it now. All right? If you're one of those people that's like, oh, God, I got to put all that work in. Yeah, go do it. You'll be thanking me later. You won't be, maybe not thanking me. You'll be glad you did it, okay? You don't have to thank me. You'll just be glad you did it. And it'll be really helpful in your playing. Anyway, I'm looking forward to making the next one. I'll see you guys next week. Have a good week. Happy practicing. See you guys.